like Denny's been here since my first year, 9 years ago, so that was really, really cool getting to grow up with him and be on staff with him now, and he was the one that convinced me to come back to staff.
Oh my gosh, Matt has been here every single year I've been at camp.
And Denny was my first counselor when I started camp. I didn't know anyone except for Max and a couple of other people who I'm now on staff with, which is really cool, but Matt really took me in and has made me the person I am today.
Denny and I go way back, so he, quote, remembers me when I was knee-high to a duck, so that's his favorite quote.
I came into camp as a 8-year-old, I think, and yeah, I've known him since then.
Matt and I have a very interesting kind of relationship. Due to the way the adoptions agency kind of worked out, I was supposed to be Matt Denny's little sister, but like legally it didn't work out, but that's fine. And when we found that out, as campers, you know, Matt kind of fell into this older brother role for me, and ever since, you know, he's always kind of taken care of me and looked out for me.
We've known each other since we were about 12 or 13, so it's been almost 15 years now that we've been friends. We've been friends longer than we haven't been friends.
So I was going to camp for 7 years, so I've been a camper and a counselor with Matt for 10 years.
He was like one of my first counselors and I really like him.
We're bad at this.
I'm so bad at this interview.
We're so bad at this.
I'm
emotional.
It's really sad. We when we found out, we cried.
We're really ugly.
My maybe 5th or 6th year, Matt taught model rocketry, and Matt may know a lot about model rocketry, but that class was a little bit of a mess, but the best part of it was just hanging out with Matt all week, just because we get to sit there and talk to him and look at his janky laptop, and so we had a good time.
It's a tradition that we throw in our first year, our CITs, into the lake, and he was the first one I remember being thrown in twice.
And he has like his own quirks, like he likes to sag his jeans down to his knees and...
Oh, why are they so long? They're just all the way down to his toes, and it's... Maybe he likes them to fray, but come on, man.
I believe it also took him 10 years to get a belt for his jeans.
When I was first a camper, I was really weird in the sense that when he was sleeping, I would always take pictures of him. This is a guy who's just trying to relax and rest period, and here I am, just an annoying kid, just taking pictures of him while he's sleeping.
Do you want to talk to him directly into the camera?
No.
Why the long face?
I'm just, again, I don't like doing this. But no part of it. I don't like looking at the camera. I don't like doing any of that stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say.
Huh?
I like me some Denny.
What?
I like me some Denny.
So I was thinking about what I wanted to say to Denny, or like a story to tell, to like show how much I love and appreciate this guy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna tell you guys why you should love and appreciate Denny as much as I do. And so I'm gonna give you a little lesson in opportunity costs. So I figure that Denny has spent 10 years on staff, which comes out to around 70 days. And so I'm gonna tell you what Denny could have been doing in those 70 days. So in 70 days, Matt Denny could make a feature-length film. Could have gotten a master's education using Google and PDFs in any subject. He could have sailed over the Atlantic and discovered the New World with Columbus. Oh, and this is a good one, Matt Denny could have stayed in bed for 70 days and been paid $18,000 by NASA. We see all these things that Matt Denny has clearly sacrificed to be here. And I just want Matt Denny to know that I appreciate him, I love him.
Passed down on the overpass, Sunday best and broken glass, broken down from the bikes and bars, suspended like spirits over speeding cars. You and me were kings over the parkway tonight, and tonight will go on forever while we walk around this town like we own the streets, and stay awake through summer like we own the heat, singing everybody wake up, it's time to get down.
Congrats on 10 years, Matt.
Miss you.
I mean, he's been the backbone of this camp for 10 years, you know, like he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. He very rarely gets recognition, at least from the campers, you know, because it's all done when they're not watching, but this whole camp is like on his shoulders, so.
So I have one memory. It was on camp out. I think it was my first camp out as a senior girl. So I must have been Kiva Wright. And he came, he was like trying to help set up our fire. But he had a problem that he didn't have his glasses. So he was in an emergency and mentioned that he was extremely blind. His prescription was off the roof. And I was like, oh, mine too. And he put on my glasses and they looked funny because they were like girl glasses on Matt Denny, but they actually worked for him, so I let him borrow it for the time being.
A couple years ago, Denny had to take one of our campers to the ER. He had rolled his ankle, and it's about 15 minutes away. Denny was gone for a couple hours, and we were kind of, I mean, the ER could take a while, but he came back, and the camper is telling us this story about how they got lost on the way, and they ended up on a military base.
He's a special guy. He's a character.
He's a goofy goober, but we absolutely love him.
He does so much for the camp that goes unrecognized, honestly.
Ever since I can remember when I was really young, as a junior, as an intermediate, he's always been the one person to kind of be running around and making sure everything that happens at camp happens correctly and in a way that everyone can enjoy it. I don't think we could have a functioning Sage on camp without Matt Denny.
I just wanted to say thank you for all your years of service. It means a lot to us that you dedicated so much time and energy to camp. It honestly wouldn't have run the way it did without you. The past 10 years, you made sure it was a smooth running machine and you dedicated all you had to making sure that the kids got an awesome experience, and that means the world to me. I'm really sad I can't be there this year on your last year. I'm gonna get choked up if I talk about it anymore. But just know that I appreciate all that you've done, and I just wouldn't be where I am today without your help and perseverance and dedication to camp, and camp wouldn't be where it is today without you. Thank you. Wherever you see good things happening, Matt usually had a hand in it.
So I really just want to say thanks, Matt, for everything you do for me and for Sage on Camp. You've done a lot for us, and you definitely will be missed.
He's willing to go so far for other people, and he's such a giving person that it gets to the point where, like, after the week is over, he's completely burned out.
I'm afraid that we will notice his work mostly when he's gone, because we'll say, well, why isn't that done? And we'll look around and we'll say that Matt's not there.
Do you want to say anything to him directly?
I feel like I don't know what to say. Well, that's good. I'll say.
You say it.
I love you, Den. Hope you have a good life after camp. Yes, I enjoy your presence.
We love you. We love you.
I don't know how we're gonna do it without him. It's gonna be rough, but I can just honestly not thank him enough for everything he's done for this camp. Like, you can really tell, like, it's something that he's really passionate about, and I'm really sad to see him go, but I know that I'll see him again.
Thanks, Denny, for everything you've ever done. Hopefully we'll see you next year, whether you're here with us or not. So.
It's my first year here. Matt was actually one of the first people to like greet me and like to welcome me into like this SJC family as a counselor. So I really thank him for that. Sad that he's not going to be coming back next year. I hope to come back next year, but you know, it's a new chapter in his life. I'm really happy for him, and I wish him the best of luck.
Good for him to get to this point of just really deserving some time and a break, but he'll always be part of camp.
I just appreciate you so much and all you do for me and the staff and the campers and this camp in general. You're a great guy, and you just make my heart smile so much.
It's been so great to be able to share this experience and just have a shared history together, and I feel very fortunate to consider you one of my closest and definitely a lifelong friend.
So Denny, thank you for taking care of my brother. I know you've had him a lot as a camper. It's been awesome to have you see him grow up and be a huge part of his life. Thank you for that. I'm really bummed this is your last year, but I'm really glad I got to spend it with you as a staffer. So thank you.
Hey, Matt, Denny, thank you for being a phenomenal leader in our community here and just being so generous and giving.
I just want to say I really appreciate everything you've done for this camp, for everyone here outside of camp, during camp. You're a really great guy, you're hilarious, and I'll miss you a lot and love you.
Matt, I'm gonna miss you, dude. Whenever I think of camp, I always think of Matt Denny, so I'm gonna miss you, man.
Matt, like, I love you, man. Thank you for convincing me to come back to camp. You're one of the primary reasons why I'm back here and why I've continued to, like, you know, come to, like, love and cherish the time at Westminster and at SJC. And it's not gonna be the same without you, and I'm not the same for having met you.
I've learned so much from you, and I hope to teach some of these future campers a minuscule amount of what you've taught me through going to camp. So yeah, thanks so much for that. I don't think I've ever told you that, how thankful I am. So I really hope you know, and I hope you're proud of yourself.
Denny, I really appreciate your 10 years of service to this camp, and I appreciate everything you've done for me personally, and how you've kind of helped shape this camp over the last decade. It's hard to believe it's been that long, and look forward to seeing what you do next.
So Matt, we thank you, we're going to miss you, we wish you good luck in your future endeavors, and most of all, get some sleep, dude.
She's crying! Get that on camera! It's the first day!
And love you, Matt.